Oh my God, it's yo-yo crochet. For those that have been with me since the beginning, 2008, you would realize that yo-yo crochet is kind of where I started on YouTube. Just saw this yesterday and I thought, oh my God, it's yo-yo crochet. So this yo-yo crochet is made up of all these little motifs. There's no sewing involved, but you attach it as you go, and they're recommending Red Heart Boutique Unforgettable. On camera, I'm going to be using Red Heart Roll With It Melange with a 4mm size G crochet hook. I'm going to give you some advice because all of these attach together as you're working your way through. So you start on the bottom here and then you continue to make them and you just go up and up. And at the very end, all you're just going to do is just single crochet right into the edge, and then you are going to chain 6, single crochet the next one, and that's how you'll finish it along there, which I'll leave with you. My goal today is to show you how to do this yo-yo crochet right from the very beginning. So with the Red Heart Roll With It Melange, just like you see here, it's going to change color on its own. It's still going to be fancy and fun, but you can use the Red Heart Unforgettable as well. So we're going to begin, and you need to start with each one with an adjustable ring or a magic circle. And so to do that, you're going to put 2 fingers in front here with the yarn in front of you. This is an intermediate level pattern, by the way. We do have other videos just specifically for adjustable rings and etc. So you're just going to go around your fingers and then cross over in the middle of your 2 on this side. Okay, so just put your fingers in front and the yarn in front and just pinch and just come up over top and cross over. Stick your hook, your 4mm size G, underneath the first one right here, and just pull this through and just kind of turn your hand over and just pull out your fingers. In my case, meat sausages. Okay, so you're just going to chain 2. So 1 and 2, and this will lock that ring. And so when you play in this ring, you always want to go over 2 strands at the same time. And we're going to complete the first round, which is all you need to do per each one of these. To do the only round for each one of the circles, you're just going to double crochet 12 times inside that ring. So we'll do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. So the chain 2 did not count as anything. I want you just to pull up on a loop and grab that yarn strand right here and pull on it. Okay, so you'll have a little bit of a ring on the interior, a little bit of opening, which is fine. Okay, if you want it tighter, just pull it tighter. And just turn it over to the back side here. Grab your tapestry needle, because you are going to need that. I don't consider this sewing though, I consider this fastening off. So you want to take that strand, and it's coming from this direction, so it's going around like a snail. So you want to continue this into the same direction on this side. And give it a good pull the first time, and back through, second time, and the third time. So never let that needle hit the front side of the work. Okay, snip it, you're done. And now we're just going to finish off the circle. So what I'm going to recommend to you is do not join it to the first one with the crochet hook. We are going to use the tapestry needle, and we're going to trim this yarn like this. Okay, so we're just going to pull it through. Okay, so just pull through and then put this onto the tapestry needle. And this will cause a seamless join. And on the top of the first double crochet, I want you to come from the back forward into the first stitch. And you'll notice that this is coming out the middle of the stitch, so go out through the middle of it towards the back of the ring or the circle. And you're just going to pull it the distance, make sure the loose end is out of the way, pull it the distance so that that loop looks like it's the rest of them. And then turn it over to the back side and secure it in. So go back and forth a total of 3 times, stay within the back of there here. So I'm going to give you some advice to stay organized throughout this whole project. Next. Okay, so now we have that done. Trim, and your first yo-yo is good to go. So because this is going to be the first yo-yo, I'm going to want to take this here because it's been sitting there, and I'm going to mark it with a stitch marker so I know that it's the very edge of the yo-yos. So I've just completed this circle, so then I move to circle number 2. And so I keep joining in this direction as you're going all the way through. We know that there's 12 double crochets in each one of these things, so we're always just going to join to the same ones going across. And then once we go to row number 2, we join down. And then this one here, we join across and down. So you're only ever going to be joining, I believe, 2 sides at any one time throughout this whole thing. And the join is just a matter of just slip stitching it when you get around in order to make that happen. However, I want to make a note of where this is in the pattern so that I don't get confused and turn my project around backwards. Because of the delicate nature of the yo-yos, I would recommend that you put a stitch marker using a tapestry needle just around some stitch work on the front side of your yo-yo. Just like that. Okay, so you can leave it there, and if you wanted to tie it into a little partial knot, you can, but make sure you can get it out later. So whenever you see this, you're looking at the right side of the work, the front side of the work. Okay, so we can see that it's not too tight. And so this here will represent that it's the corner, like I showed in the diagram, and it's also the right side of the work. So if it's like this, it means that it's the wrong side, which is where we don't want to pay attention to. So I'm going to do another one with you and show you how it's joining when you go to begin. So I've already got my adjustable circle or magic circle done. So I'm just going to do the first 5 in a row. So double crochet the first 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And so now the 6th one is where I'm going to join with this one. So all we're just going to do is we do number 6, and because this is just a starting one, I'm just going to put it in any one of these. Okay, we're going to slip stitch, and then we continue back into the ring for the other 6 that are done. It's going to be fiddly right in the very beginning of the project because there's no weight to holding these yo-yos back out of your way. So just got to be patient with yourself a little bit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So pull up a loop and just turn it over, and that one that you just did, and you were just going to pull on to the strand to pull it tighter. So I just pulled it in, and I want to secure it on the back side of this. It's going to be easier to tell. If you're experienced, you can usually tell the right side to the wrong side of crochet, but if you're never sure, always just put a stitch marker on the right side of the work. But you're going to see that happening more and more. Okay, so we woven in 3 times back and forth, and then we take the other strand that's leading towards the yarn ball, and we are just going to pull that loop up and out. And then we secure it to the first one from the back to the front. And then we go out through the middle right here. Okay, make sure it looks like the same distance of the rest of the stitches so it's consistent, and turn it over and secure it in to the back side of that yo-yo. So it's not going to be row number 2 before you can really get the orientation of these things for the right sides to all face out. So that one you'll have to pay attention to when you get there. So it could look like really disheveled until you get to the second one where it's going to force it to happen. Okay, so therefore it'll look like that. Okay, so then you join your next yo-yo into position here, and then so it's going to be the 6th one away, and you keep doing that all the way down. And then when you're ready for row number 2, you're going to come on straight on down, and then you're going to attach then the next one. It will come into this one that will here, and then this one down, and then therefore you'll see the orientation that will be happening as you're attaching these things together.